ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ Namaste, all of you. Welcome back to our continuing study of Shrimad Bhagawad Geetha from the pages of Poojya Swamiji's, Poojya Swami Dayananda Saraswati's Geetha home study course. We are studying presently chapter 2 of Shrimad Bhagawad Geetha called Sankhya Yoga, the topic of knowledge. Sankhya Yoga, the topic of knowledge. We are now studying shloka number 24. I will read the shloka and take forward our discussion of this important shloka forward after that. Shloka number 24, in which the crux of this shloka, namely Atma alone is self-evident, is going to be revealed. Achedyoyamadahyoyam akledyo shoshya evacha nitya sarvagatasthanohu achaloyam sanatanaha. Atma alone is self-evident. Is the thesis of this shloka. Everything as Atma is evident to me. Everything is evident to me, the Atma, because I have a means of knowing. Everything is evident to me, the Atma, because I have a means of knowing. For example, even to perceive my physical body is not the same as it was yesterday, requires a means of knowledge, some means of knowledge. We can only talk about these various conditions of the body only if we have a method or way of knowing them. Similarly, it is with the mind. I must have some way of knowing my mind. There must be some perception by which I know the mind. the existence of the mind. That I have memories, that I have memories is purely because the programming is there, even though it might not serve my purpose. Even to know that I have forgotten something is a perception. Thus, everything is evident to me because I have a means of knowing. Here comes the crucial question: by what means do I know? Hmm. By what means do I know that I am? A very important question. By what means do I know that I am? This is where we left off in the last capsule. Let us pick up the thread from here and look to Poojya Swamiji for the answer to this question. Is it by perception? Do I know myself because of perception? By a scripture? By the senses? Or by inference? Is the question. What is the means of knowing that I am, that I exist? Pujya Swamiji says, no, it is neither by perception, nor by a scripture, nor by the senses, nor by inference. I am there before them all. I am there before them all. Because I am, we must listen carefully here. Because I am, I can infer. I am, and therefore I can see and hear. I am, and therefore I can see and hear. That I am is self evident. That I am is self evident. And because I am, and because I am, all knowledge is possible. Very important answer, and the tatparyam of all our shastras. Because I am, I can infer. I am, and therefore, I am, and therefore, I can see and hear. That I am is self evident. That I am is self evident. And because I am, all knowledge is possible. We need to think about these sentences repeatedly. I am, And therefore, all knowledge is possible. It is not the other way around. I am not known through any means of knowledge. I am, and therefore all knowledge is possible. I am self evident. Swaprakasha, Swayam Prakasha. One thing, Atma alone is self evident. Swata Siddha. Atma is self evident. Swata Siddha. Therefore, Ayam is a very important word here, referring as it does to that which is not the object of any destruction. Achedya. For something to be an object of destruction, it needs to be known, isn't it? Atma is not an object that is perceived in the normal sense of the term. Therefore, it cannot be an object to be destroyed. Achedya. Krishna kept repeating this word, Ayam, because the Atma is not zero. It is there, it is existent. It is not non existent, like the son of a barren woman. Atma is all existent, self existent, and is not subject to being slain. Or burnt, or drowned, or dehydrated. Atma is never an object, it is always the subject. It is Nitya. Aham Nitya. Like I was saying the other day, Swami Paramarthananda advises his senior students to replace the word Ayam with Aham. Only then can this knowledge be claimed as one's own. Otherwise, we will be looking at Atma as something different from us. It is Nitya. It meaning some other object. No. I am Nitya. Aham Nitya. Timeless. And thus, Aham Sarvagataha. Aham Nityaha. Tasmat Aham Sarvagataha. Anything that is anitya, time bound, is not sarvagata. Anything that is anitya, which is time bound, is never sarvagata. Even space is not all pervasive. Space is all pervasive only with reference to the world, but it does not pervade the Atma, me, because Atma is consciousness, and in the consciousness there is no space. In me, there is no space. Because I am akhanda, I am divisionless. But then, when space is there, consciousness is also there. How do we know that consciousness is there when space is there? We say consciousness is. Space is. Isness is existence, and consciousness is existence, and vice versa. Existence is consciousness. Therefore, space does not pervade Atma, but Atma pervades space. Being, Atma being Sarvagataha. Atma being Sarvagataha. Then again, Atma cannot move. It is Thanuhu. Atma is Thanuhu. How can it move? It is all pervading, isn't it? Where can it move? It can only move to a place where it is not. We just said Atma is Sarvagataha. Since Atma is Sarvagataha, it is Thanuhu. It does not move, it is always the same. Here, one may think perhaps the Atma is like a tree. Staying in one place but swaying. Staying in one place but swaying. No, we are told. Unlike the tree, it does not sway. Unlike the tree, it does not sway. It is achalaha. It is nityaha, sarvagataha, sthanuhu, achalaha. Krishna also describes Atma as that which remains the same always. It is Sanatanaha. Nityaha Sarvagataha Sthanuhu Achalaha Sanatanaha. It is not brought into being by some force or cause. It is eternal. It is never born. Because it is not affected in any way by anything, Atma is always the same. Atma is always the same, always fresh, always new. Because it is not affected in any way by anything, Atma is always the same, always fresh, always new. Knowing Atma, myself, in this way, there is no reason for you to entertain any grief. Says Krishna. You may say, I do not cry for Atma. I cry for Anatma. To which Krishna would ask, why would you cry for Anatma? It is always changing. Anitya. Anatma is always going. And you cannot stop it even if you want to. Whereas Atma is Nitya. And there is no way of destroying it. So Krishna is asking Arjuna, for what do you grieve? What is there for you to grieve? Arjuna, Krishna asks Arjuna, what is there for you to grieve? There is no room for grief at all. Anatma is always changing. It is always going. Atma is never changing, it is Nitya. So there is no scope for grief either way. What are you grieving for? Krishna tells Arjuna, there is something to be done. Do it. This constant refrain is again sounded in the next verse, which we will pick up in the following capsules and take our study forward. Hari Om.